Welcome to another episode of Honda Street Garage, where we show you how to put a B16 in an EK Civic.
All I have is you in my arms tonight, and I won't ever let you go. Somewhere in time, I will find you here again, and I won't ever let you go.
Pretty much, you have no argument with it. That's why. I wouldn't got it.
See the difference there? So to get this thing clean, we're going to use a bunch of brake cleaner. Be very sparingly with this.
Come get it, because I've got a couple here, so I can get one. Mark can ship it. So the computer.
We got our motor clean here, all taped up, ready to be sprayed. We're going to use the VHT flame proof primer, the really high temp stuff. We're going to spray the motor with the header aluminum silver color. Just got finished priming it. It's pretty good primed. Alright, this is the spray. Oh, we still got light.
Gotta keep that heat on the seed essence.
We'll try to get these two to get married. Got this front bolt here. This one, on the back here, and the 14 from the starter. She tough. I'm gonna put the half shaft in. Now I'm working on the throttle body, trying to peel the gasket off. I have to use the razor blade. For that, we have a brand new gasket. Yay. 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 He's got one of those green penises. So here we have our motor, ready to go in tomorrow. The valve cover will be painted later once the motor is in the car. Penis, vagina. Got a distributor on, VTEC solenoid on, transmission on, plug wires in. That's just to make sure we get it started. Nice and clean alternator and brackets. Still got to put the air idle control valve on and throttle body, probably once it's in the car, so we don't ruin any sensors. Sweet green goblin hoses, Batman. And Charlie's car. Forever on the internet. Look at that boy. That thumb game, strong. Okay, it's 10 in the morning. On our way to go swap our engine today on the EK hatch. Let's hope we get everything comes out smooth. Driving the Y7 for the last time. Going to pick up Charlie. Pull this Y7 out. Kind of hard to drive and film at the same time. You ready to see the 0 to 60 of the Y7? Shift. Who gives a shit?
What are we doing today, Mark?
Swapping an engine.
went from the Y7 to the B16A. Conjol.
Your mama clapping, but not with her hands.
Oh, that headliner though.
Shit is fresh, ain't it? First step, drain the coolant. See if it'll get under there. Oh, she's too low. Okay, so we drain the coolant. Take the wheel off. Jack the car up. Not in that order.
Battery's dead.
Well, take the axles out, but the battery's dead. Usually you want to try to get these axle nuts out first because you don't want to run into a problem with that later. Just go ahead and get these off. My tip of the day. Inside the car, go ahead, take the shift knob off so that when you drop the shift linkage, it'll go down. Just connect the harness. And take the harness out with the motor. 12mm wrench. Loosen the throttle cable. Charlie's removing the airbox. The whole piece comes off. Removing the radiator hose. Remove that radiator hose. Starting to get some room in here. I'll take the brake booster hose off. Gasoline in my mouth. Disconnect the fuel line. It's gonna have some pressure.
Look at Mark struggling.
Real.
Don't forget to disconnect your starter. It's gonna be a 12mm bolt.
No, go ahead. Now we have to pull the harness out at the floorboard of the ECU, but to do that we have to take out the battery. Type YouTube comments now about how Charlie is misusing his tool.
Shh, don't tell Snap on.
Then we get down here. This kick panel's already been removed. Let's remove that out of the way to reveal our harness here in ECU. Okay, let's get the green plug. When in doubt, break your clips. Plug 1, 2, and 3. The ECU is free. Okay, so this stupid thing won't fit through the firewall. All right, pull the loom through, Char. Okay, we got the loom out. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna fold the loom because we're gonna use it on our new motor with some modifications. So it all comes out in one package. We'll leave that there. We'll take the AC bracket belt off. All right, after you loosen this 10mm bolt, and then I'm gonna loosen this 14. Yeah, that'll loosen the tension off the belt, so we can take the belt off. Because we are keeping the AC in this car. Charlie's taking off the torque map.
Torque mount is out.
Gonna get this suspension fork out. 14mm here. And a 17 down here. Okay, to get the axles out, you gotta remove this fork. 14, 17, and then we pop out the ball joint, hit this, not the actual stud of the ball joint. So the motor is ready to come out. You can see we have removed the rear T bracket. Sorry, we couldn't show you that, battery died. So now we have to remove the transmission side bracket. We have disconnected the AC without discharging it so we can keep the AC to the car. And we have to disconnect the driver's side mount and then it will come out. We have also disconnected the shift linkage that went here and unbolted the exhaust. There's the shift linkage hanging. But we'll need to swap that out for B series anyway. Let's pull it out. Let's pull it out.
On this episode,
What, Andrew?
did everything, axles, rear T-bracket, AC bolts, torque bolts, everything came out so smooth and easy.
Called a jinx. That's how Charlie jinxes us.
You got tension on it?
Make it a little easier. We're gonna remove the bracket. Glimmer. Just on the back. I'm trying to film and jack at the same time. That's what the Charlie Mama said. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have the removal of a D16Y7 Charlie ass crack. There it is. It lived for 20 long years. 96 to 2016, 160 some odd thousand miles. And we gonna replace it with this empty engine bay. And then we gonna put that B16 up inside. Okay, here's our harness that we pulled off of the Y7. We are going to use this. You have to usually use the harness that came off the car is what you normally want to do, and then modify it. Lengthen, shorten wires, add some VTEC, you know, whatever. There you go.
So this is what two hobos look like putting in a motor.
Go down with it just a tiny bit.
This is how you not clean the valve covers.
I can line that up better. Oh, okay, right there, right there.
Damn.
That bolt's too big, dude.
That bolt is a damn ding dong bolt.
Put this tether.
Oh yeah, that's from the rear. My bad. No, it's a 19.
Boy.
Yeah, that's from the T-bracket. My bad, homie. I wasn't paying attention.
You go.
Down.
Yeah, a little more. Okay, so here we are. Now we have our nice innovative mount back there. It's shiny with a 99 SI T bracket. Okay, this is the D series bracket with the D series mount, but it's going to get switched out once they arrive. This is clearly the wrong post mount. It's a CRV, not a 99 SI. Hooked up the brake booster line. Charlie's hooking up the slave cylinder for the clutch. These OBD2 injectors. The plug for the air idle control valve is a 3-wire on the Y7. Basically, you're going to get rid of the orange wire and you only use the other 2 wires. Gonna have to redo that, yay. Let's charge the batteries. Okay. So here we have our new polished mount, innovative, with our proper bracket. from a 99 SI. Charlie's just putting the finishing touches on it. Look at him double fisting that thing.
Like a double chin.
Pretty good looking. I like that valve cover though.
That's just sweet. It's like a sky into a rainbow purple.
It's like a 4-year-old painted it.
I know.
Your daughter painted?
Pretty much, but she's 2.
That's what it looks like to me.
I think it's 10 though. You got a 17 wrench? Is that the? Yeah, you need that.
You should slam it and put an LS1 swap in it.
We have our throttle body on. Pop that thing off. Now this little ring right here, you have to remove. See, this little ring on the end you have to remove on the DX.
No bueno.
No bueno. Won't let
Pinche
the
basura.
won't let it go through all the way. Yay. Now when you tighten your axles, get these things tight and put a bar on it. Now once you've done that, there's a little indentation here. Hit the screwdriver with the hammer and bend that in. And there is your secured axle nut. 17 wrench.
The lighting's great.
I know, it's horrible. Now we need a 14 on the top. Oh, yeah. And we are good. Okay, so this is the AC bracket we're going to use. It's actually from Hossport. I believe it's called the EGDC AC bracket. What it actually is, it's a copy of an OEM bracket from a B16 Del Sol. So that'll bolt on to the engine and use the Civic compressor. You're gonna have to put the tension bolt in and the tensioner wheel on. Now we gotta hook the compressor up. Now you can see our AC compressor is mounted. You have 4 bolts on the bracket, one here, another one there. 2 more on the bottom. Pretty self-explanatory where they go on the block. And the same thing, 4 bolts for the AC compressor. No other bracket works. Some people will tell you 99 SI may work, CRV works. I really haven't seen anything else work as well as this does, so make sure that's tight.
What's your technique for taking these radiator hoses off?
You're gonna want to get you here this pliers extendo. When you got them on there and they won't come off, grab them real tight and twist them motherfucker tight.
Those came off my car. I'm going K20 now though.
Okay, so I think we have everything buttoned up. We still have to wire VTEC, but now we're putting oil. We're using a quart of Lucas oil.
Stabilizer.
Stabilizer.
Never hurts.
Never hurts, yeah.
Especially if you're gonna be revving it high.
Shift linkage is in. Axles are in. We have to fill up the transmission, and we're gonna take out the speed sensor and fill up the transmission with some synchromesh. I like to use the long funnel to fill up the trans. Synchromesh. This stuff is great. Honda manual transmission fluid is usually the best thing to use. However, we don't know if this transmission is good or gonna grind or what. Terrible music. I'm getting mad, he's getting rich. Usually takes 2 to 2.5 quarts to fill up a Honda manual transmission, B series. The Honda manual transmission fluid is great if you know your transmission is perfect. But we don't know yet, so we're just going to take a chance. Hand thread that in. Snug. Doesn't need to be much tighter. Torque Nazis. Here we have a chipped P28 with a jumper harness. It says P06 converted to P28. Converted to manual and chipped.
I mean, what's something like that normally run, or you're not really sure? That's what I'm saying. Is it worth me just going to my Harbor Freight or something, see if they got one?
Okay. Alright, let's see if she fires. No VTEC wired up. I got it.
Well, the car ran good, but we weren't getting a charge from the battery or from the alternator. Why is that, Mark?
I think I put a bad alternator on.
Because he took off a perfectly good alternator that we knew was good.
For no reason.
We knew it was good. It came off the motor that was in the car that we pulled it out of. Mark decided to switch it with one we had on the shelf because he thought it looked better. Lazy people work twice.
Lazy people work twice.
So what are you doing?
That's pretty good, Charger.
So what are you doing now for the second time? You're fixing wiring and putting another.
Let's hope this
alternator.
works. If this ain't it, I'll be looking for revenge.
All I know is you.
Also 16.
Is you owe me sushi. This has been a long day.
God. One of the things we ran into is we actually ended up having a bad alternator. I assumed maybe it was my wiring job, but alas, my wiring job was perfect and the alternator was bad. And that's because I had to use an OBD1 alternator with an OBD2 harness. So I had to put the OBD1 plug on it. Now, a little tip for anybody that puts a B series in an EK like this, EJ, whatever. If you want to get the alternator out, the best thing to do is unmount it and then take this bracket off and you can pull the alternator out this way. Make sure you run the temp sensor. Obviously, this is just a temporary setup. I'm going to have an intake tube on here. This is a Skunk 2 VTEC solenoid. I was having a problem with VTEC engaging. It wouldn't kick in for some reason. So I removed it, and if you notice inside here there's a little shaft, and that shaft goes up and down by this actuator up here. So if you notice there is a bolt. What actually ended up happening was the pressure switch was actually screwed in too far and was touching the piston or the plunger, not allowing it to move. Our new engine is going to need a computer to run it. So what I have here is a P06 that was originally automatic. It's basically been converted to a P28 so it can run VTEC, manual, and it's also been socketed for a chip, so it's chipped. And if you look here, I have a chip in here. I'm going to unlatch this, lift the chip out, then I'm going to place this chip into this thing called a Mo8s.net Burn 1. You can get these off of eBay and also Xenocron's website. So now I place the chip into the burner, lock it down. Then I go to the computer. Okay, so now we have this computer here with Windows XP on it, and we're going to run a program called Chrome. Now, Chrome is free. You can download it off the internet for free at tunewithchrome.com. Click OK. Now it comes with base maps on it. So I'm going to go over here to the corner, click the little chip. It's going to give me a few choices. I'm going to select the B16A because that's what I have. Now the map will show up here, and if you don't know how to tune anything, don't worry, it's just a base map. You don't need to adjust anything. We're going to just leave everything as a stock base map right now. I've got my options set where I want them. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go save as. We're going to say B16A. Then we click burn, and it erases the chip, and then it loads the program on there, and then it checks it, and then you're good to go. Here's our finished product. We've got the banana valve cover, the CRV airbox, which bolts right in. All right, we got the Skunk 2 VTEC solenoid on. If you notice, we got a plug here. We plugged where the pressure switch goes, so we're going to have to delete that at the ECU. Now, to delete the VTEC pressure switch, which is this little silver bolt here, we actually took the send from D6 on the ECU, and I sent it to the ground on the thermostat housing. So that's D6, and the VTEC solenoid is A4 on the ECU. I'm using a jumper harness. A4 is going to be for the solenoid itself. D6 is going to be for the pressure switch. That looks terrible.